It's my pleasure to welcome you to our 8th grade Moving Up ceremony. Today we honor our 8th grade students, celebrate their achievements, and wish them farewell as they begin their high school careers next fall. I'm disappointed that we're not able to have the entire 8th grade here together, and also that parents are not able to be here with us. This group of students has endured a particularly challenging middle school experience, having dealt with the pandemic for almost half of their middle school careers. Despite the challenges and the difficulties they've experienced over that time, they're sitting in front of us today with a great deal to be proud of and with a lot to look forward to as they move on to high school. Before we get to the awards, I'd like to introduce one of our students to come up and lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Mr. Dakota Blaser, will you join me? I'm always looking for ways to honor our military. Dakota is a member of the United States Naval Sea Cadet Corps. It is a youth leadership development program supported by the Department of the Navy and the Navy League of the United States. Dakota has agreed to come up and lead us in the pledge. Would we all please stand?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you very much, Dakota. We appreciate your interest in the United States military and for assisting us today. I want to thank a few other people before we get started. Special thanks to our Board of Education and to our Superintendent, Mrs. Rebecca Dunkel-King, for all they do to support the students of Level Middle School. I also want to thank Mrs. Tuttle for all of her help getting today organized. Also, Ms. Tiffany, who's on stage with me today. She deserves some special recognition for all that she does. She gets to know each and every one of you and your families, and she's always been an advocate for all of you. Thank you, Mrs. Tiffany. I also want to thank all of our teachers for all they've done for you, not only our 8th grade teachers, but our 6th and 7th grade teachers as well. They've helped to get you to where you are today. So thank you, teachers. And with that, I would like Mrs. Tiffany to come up and offer you a few words of encouragement.
Good morning, class of 2025. Teachers often use the phrase, "What's your takeaway?" to check for understanding of a classroom lesson or to summarize a workshop that they attended. Students, after you allow some time for the dust to settle, or in this case, for your faces to adjust being maskless every day, I want you to ask yourselves, what's your takeaway? This year was beyond challenging for so many reasons, and there's numerous aspects of this year I'm sure you don't want to think about. However, it's really important to reflect on what you did learn. My hope is that one of your takeaways is that you recognize you can do tough things. Maintaining focus on a remote class while being at home, that's tough stuff. But most of you did this well, most of the year. Being in class with the exact same 10 students all year, tough stuff, but you did it. Not participating in chorus, band, sports, clubs, very tough, but you did that too. You will all be starting high school next year and will certainly experience other tough stuff. Larger classes that may include students in other grades, more difficult coursework, and competition through extracurricular activities. Above all, you will need to make some decisions about what you want your adult life to look like. You can do it. You just survived your last year of middle school during a global pandemic. You can do anything. In all seriousness, you are in charge of what you want your high school experience to look like. There will be opportunities offered to you, but not forced upon you. You can be content with just getting by, or you can choose to challenge yourself. Get out of your comfort zone. Try out for that play. Attend extra practices if they're offered. Join a club. Participate in outside activities. And get to know some of the classmates that you think you don't have anything in common with. A phrase I use often in my office is, you don't know what you don't know. So unless you try, ask, or join, you don't know what you're capable of, or what opportunities are available to you. Open yourself up to what your future teachers, coaches, and classmates have to share. Allowing yourself to learn all you can over the next few years will allow you to have options for what you want your future to look like. Be patient and helpful with one another, and those that you meet as they too are managing tough stuff. Keep a healthy sense of humor, because sometimes laughter is just what's needed to move forward. Lowell Academy class of 2025, there will always be tough stuff. How you choose to manage challenging experiences determines what you will gain from them. Good job, guys.
Thank you, Ms. Tiffany. I want to take a moment to acknowledge a couple of staff members that are retiring. First, Ms. Karen White. I'd like to welcome Gabriana Turk and Charlie Pike to the stage to share a few words about Ms. White. Ms. White, maybe we'll have you step right up here as well. Thank you.
Miss White, ever since my brother had you, he has been telling me how much he loved you as a teacher. This year, I got to experience this, and let me just tell you, he wasn't wrong. I would like to thank you for the wonderful year that you have given me. I really wish that I could have you for many more years to come, but I am thankful for the one that I had. This year, whenever I walked into your classroom, I knew that I would not only learn, but also have a great time and many good laughs. Starting off French, I was nervous that I wasn't going to do well, learning a whole new language, but you have helped me succeed and be prepared for next year. You have so many good characteristics about you, too many to count, that made so many people respect and love you as a teacher. We are definitely all going to miss you and all that you have done for us and the school. I hope you enjoy the relaxing times during your retirement.
Like Avery, I've heard stories about French class with Miss White. Crepe day, advent calendars, and movies. All that stuff sounded cool, but what I was most excited about was learning a new language. I loved how cool it sounded when my sister Chloe recited her French Halloween words around the dinner table, so I knew I would love French class. Not going to lie, Miss White seemed kind of intimidating at first. Turns out I couldn't have been more wrong. This year with Miss White has been full of laughs, fun times, and unforgettable memories. I can tell how much she cares about us, and she always puts her students first. You have given me an amazing first year in French. Although I wish you could stay a few more years, I hope you enjoy retirement. Merci, Madame White.
Thank you. I would like to say thank you to all of the students, the nation, and the reader cohorts this year. It has been a great year in spite of everything. The groups have been positive. They work with each other. They're kind. I couldn't ask for a better group to take with me on my memories. I'd like to say thank you to all of the middle school faculty who have always been welcoming for those of us who are shared staff between the high school and the middle school. Thank you so much. A very large thank you to Ms. Becky Tiffany and Mrs. Tina Tuttle for always working with us on scheduling and anything that needed to be done. I can't thank them enough. A thank you to all of the support that the French program and French Club has received from the administrators, Mr. Scott Exford, Ms. Louise Smithling, and Mrs. Patricia Burke. I wish all students who are studying foreign language a truly memorable experience once you get into the high school. Things will change next year for the good, I hope, and we wish you all of the success in the future in foreign language and all of your educational endeavors. Thank you for a wonderful 31 years to Lowellville. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ms. White, for all your years of service and best wishes in retirement. We also want to acknowledge Mrs. Pamela Hershey. Chloe Zaire, can you come up and join me up here? And Mrs. Hershey, we'll have you come on up too.
Good morning, everyone. I'm here to say some words about Mrs. Hershey, who will be returning this year. I had her last year, and although the year was cut short, she was great. She was always very articulate with her instructions, which was very helpful. Math was difficult for me, so it helps when you have a teacher like her to help you understand that. She had these posters on her wall that were very encouraging, and if we didn't know the answer to a question, she would help us through it so that we weren't just wondering what to do. Now, whenever I walk into the hallway, she always says hi and asks me how my day is going. This always makes my day. I really appreciate all that she did for me. All in all, I would just like to say thank you and best of luck in your retirement, Mrs. Hershey.
It's times like these that I wish I was an ELA teacher, so I would have a profound quote for you that you would always remember. But I'm not, so I'll do the math instead. I've been going to school 92% of my life, which is a lot. I've been a teacher here for 35 years, and if you add in the 12 years that I went here as a student, that's 47 years at LACF. As I start a new chapter in my life as a retiree, I will be thinking of you starting a new chapter in your life as a freshman. I wish you all the best and good luck next year in high school. Thank you.
Best wishes to you, Mrs. Hershey. We appreciate all you've done over the years for our middle school students. I did want to acknowledge a couple of other folks. First, Mr. Santarpia. Just wanted to thank you for your service this year here at Lowell as our art teacher. Mr. Santarpia is going to be taking a position closer to home. We will certainly miss him and wish him well. And I also wanted to wish well Mrs. McCready, who is going to be moving up with our 8th grade group up to the high school. She'll be an English teacher in our high school. We will certainly miss all she has done for our middle school over the years. Thank you, Mrs. McCready. All right, let's move on to our awards ceremony. We're going to start with the Classroom Teacher Awards, and there'll be awards for outstanding effort and outstanding achievement. We'll have each teacher come up, present their awards, and we will start with our exploratory classes. And first up is agriculture. Mr. Phelps, come on up.
Good morning. I'm glad Chloe paid attention in ag class when we were doing speeches because she did a phenomenal job, and Charlie and Mr. Nice job. And so I'm going to give out my awards for agriculture this year. And I'm going to start out with outstanding effort in agriculture class. And these two students were phenomenal in the classroom, were always willing to help out, and was always willing to carry on a conversation with me or anybody else in the class when we had those classroom discussions. So this year, my outstanding effort is going to Shayla Rowson and Zane Zester. The 2 Outstanding Achievement Awards in Agriculture go to 2 young ladies that go above and beyond what is needed in the classroom, and both in the classroom and in FFA. And so our Outstanding Achievement in Agriculture is going to Faith Diddle and Charlie Pike. And I told Mr. Exford, once I get the mic, I can go a little rogue. You know, you can't just pull me away from the podium. So this is the most prestigious award, I think, that we give out all day, right? Yeah, okay, could be. So this is the Good for Nothing Award. And the Good for Nothing Award is something that I've given out for several years now, and it goes to the student that is good for no reason. They don't expect anything in response, and they're just a good human being and a good person. And so this year, the Good for Nothing Award is going to Logan Urena. Now I'm going to call Mr. Santarpia up to give out the art awards. I was a little disappointed that he stepped up the suit and tie and everything. I did after last week. I did try to rent a tux for today just so I could one up him. The only thing I got was my flamingo socks, which still made me classy. I'm not going to get to the classy competition here with Mr. Santarpia. He probably beat me anyway. So, Mr. Santarpia.
Good morning, everybody. I started off every quarter with you all sharing some quotes, and one of my favorites goes something like, it's not what happens to us in our life that defines us, but how we respond to what happens. So I'm very impressed by the way that you responded to this year. Hopefully you don't have to respond to something like this again. Starting with the Outstanding Effort Awards, I want to first congratulate Leona Golden. Leona put in a lot of effort in and out of class this year, always had a positive and respectful attitude. Her last project, for example, explored opposites of a healthy landscape and a decaying landscape. And she drafted those ideas and executed them with great focus. Congratulations to them. Second, for outstanding effort, I want to congratulate Ariana Hartley. Ariana was relentless in her efforts during our projects throughout the quarter. She workshopped idea after idea to achieve the best results she could, and that's really important. The effort paid off, literally, when she was included in the Tri-County Art Fair and won Juror's Choice, which is a very high honor. And that's a big deal, and it wouldn't have happened, it wouldn't have been possible if you did not work so hard. Congrats. For outstanding achievement, I want to congratulate Jaden Smith. Jaden had art in the first quarter, which feels like a really long time ago. Coming off a very strange 7th grade year, she began her 8th grade just like all of you did. You can think back to what your mindset was at that time. I think Jaden started off the year in a really great way, a very positive, hardworking attitude. Put her creativity on display in person and virtually. She worked really hard to make the most of her assignments, whether it was her wonderful perspective project surrounded her name with stars or her vibrant butterfly prints. She made the most of her time in art, and that is an achievement in itself. Congrats to you. And lastly, for outstanding achievement is Simeon Rush. Simeon was always on his A game. He blew me away when he first showed me his origami project this quarter. He folded this amazingly complicated fighter jet, and he even made a stand for it so it just looked like a real replica. And then he made an equally amazing drawing of that fighter jet. This was one of our first projects, and from that point on, I could always count on Simeon to bring creativity and ambition to his projects, and he did. Congrats, Simeon.
Okay, next we've got the Foreign Language Awards, and Mrs. Lincoln is here to present those.